Awami League launches election campaign from Sylhet. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina seeks votes in favor of Awami League for continuity of development process. Effective measures taken to control price of essential commodities, Commerce Minister Tufail Ahmed informs Parliament. Ninth Wage Board for Journalists outcome of combined efforts, says Information Minister Hassanul Haq Inu. Russia likely to meddle in a midterm vote in the United States, apprehends CIA director. And host Bangladesh face Sri Lanka in first test of two-match series at Chittagong tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum. This is Simran Rashid welcoming you to News at 10 on BTV World and BTV Chittagong Center.
And I'm Nafis Imtiazuddin. You've just heard the headlines. We have details of those and other stories coming up. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina launched the election campaign for Awami League from Sylhet today. Sylhet marked by the footprints of Sufi saints. And she said the polls were set to be held in December this year. During her day-long visit to the northeastern city, the Prime Minister offered prayers at three dargahs of three eminent Muslim saints. The Premier first visited the shrine of Hazrat Shah Jalal Rahmatullahi Alayhi. Later, she visited the shrines of Hazrat Shah Paran Rahmatullahi Alayhi and Hazrat Ghazi Burhanuddin Rahmatullahi Alayhi in the city. In the afternoon, the Awami League President addressed a mammoth rally at Sylhet Government Alia Madrasa ground. In her speech at the rally, the Prime Minister said her party was launching its campaign for the next general elections from Sylhet. She sought vote for the elections to be held in December. Sheikh Hasina said the ruling Awami League aimed at keeping up Bangladesh's journey towards further prosperity and development as a nation with dignity, taking on board people of Bangladesh at home and abroad. The Premier said Bangladesh Awami League's symbol, the boat, had brought independence and showed the path to prosperity. Now, the boat was taking the country ahead on the path of development. The huge audience raised their hands in support while applauding, as at one point of her address, Sheikh Hasina urged the people to express their support for the boat. The Awami League president said that her party's politics was aimed at development and changing people's fate for the better, while BNP's was to burn people to death, as its chairperson becomes excited by seeing burnt bodies. Sheikh Hasina urged people to recall the mayhem and mindless violence spearheaded by the BNP Jamaat nexus from 2013 to 2015, trying to unseat the government and foil the January 5th polls. She said the country witnessed development whenever Awami League came to power and referred to her government's various steps for development of Sylhet alone. Earlier, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurated and laid foundation stones of 35 development projects. She opened 8 development projects and laid foundation stones of 17 others by unveiling the plaques from Sylhet Government Alia Madrasa ground. Bangladeshi goods are getting quota-free access in 52 countries of the world. Commerce Minister Tufail Ahmed said this while replying to a question in the question and answer session in Parliament today. Earlier, the sitting of the House resumed this afternoon with Deputy Speaker Fazle Rabbi Miah in the chair. In reply to a question, the Commerce Minister told the House that there was no syndication behind the onion price hike in the country. Replying to another question, Tufail Ahmed told the House that the Commerce Ministry had taken different steps to control and manage the market. He told the House that Bangladesh had earned $81.3 million from vegetable exports in 2016-17 financial year. Meanwhile, the report on Law and Order Disruption Crime Speedy Trial Amendment Bill 2018 was placed by Tipu Munshi, the chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on the Home Ministry. Later, a general discussion was held on the thanksgiving motion of the President's speech. Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry, as a panel discussant, is expected to address tomorrow the global review of the outcome of the third review and appraisal of the Madrid International Plan of Action on Aging, MIPAA 2002. The two-day panel discussion on the MIPAA started today at the 56th session of the Commission on Social Development at the United Nations headquarters in New York. Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry will present the decision and global outcome on the third review on the MIPAA taken in the meeting of the Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific.
Commerce Minister Tufail Ahmed has hoped that the United Nations Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC, will announce the Bangladesh's graduation into a developing country in its next evaluation meeting in March. He said this to the reporters today after a meeting with the newly elected Dhaka Chamber of Commerce Industry DCCI Board of Directors. Commerce Secretary Shubhashish Bose, DCCI President Abul Kashim were present among others. Tufail Ahmed said Bangladesh has already complied with the three criteria to become a developing country from the LDCs, as its per capita income is now $1,610 human assets stand at 72%, while economic vulnerability is 26%. He also said Bangladesh is prepared to face the challenges which would emerge after the country's graduation from the least developed countries, LDCs. Health Minister Mohammad Nasim has said if the election of 5th January in 2014 was not held, the continuation of democratic process would have been interrupted. He said this while addressing the inauguration ceremony of newly built 50-bed health complex building at Kalukhali Upazila of Rajbari district today. Among others, State Minister for Education Kaji Keramot Ali, lawmakers Muhammad Jilul Hakim and Kamrun Nahar Lovely were present on the occasion. Health Minister said that the next general election will be held as per the Constitution. There is no way to go beyond this line and no party would be able to stop the election, he added. Information Minister Hassanul Haq Inu has said that the formation of the 9th Wage Board for journalists and employees of newspapers and news agencies was the result of combined efforts of journalists, the Ministry of Information, as well as the government's journalist-friendly guidelines. He said this while addressing a press conference in the Press Information Department PID auditorium in the capital today. State Minister for Information Tarana Halim also spoke on the occasion. Hassanul Haq Inu said that the government of Sheikh Hasina was journalist-friendly and it had announced the 5th Wage Board Award in 1997. The next government did not announce any wage board award. Journalists had to wait for more than 10 years before they got to the next wage board award. The government announced the 8th Wage Board Award in 2013. It has now formed the 9th Wage Board, he added. Tarna Halim said that the current government led by Sheikh Hasina has not stopped with merely announcing wage boards, but gone a step further by institutionalizing the welfare of journalists through the formation of Bangla Academy Shamsujjaman Khan, Member Secretary of Ekushe Book Fair Committee Dr. Jalal Ahmed were present among others at the press briefing. The book fair will remain open for all from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. on working days and 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. on government holidays, with a 1-hour break for lunch and offering prayers, and it will continue till February 28th. 2 main entry gates have been erected at Teacher Students Center of Dhaka University and Doel Chattur. A separate gate has been made for entrance of the writers and poets into the Suhrawardi Udyan.
And now news from the world of sport. The first test of the 2-match series between host Bangladesh and Sri Lanka will start at the Zohar Ahmed Chaudhry Stadium tomorrow. The match will begin at 9:30 in the morning. Bangladesh Television will bring you that live. The Tigers played a total of 18 matches against the Lankans. They made 2 draws and actually won 1 match. Bangladesh beat Sri Lanka in their 100th test match in Colombo and made the 2-match test series a 1-all draw. That was last year. And now, before we end the news, let's take a look at what's making the headlines here. Awami League launches election campaign from Sylhet. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina seeks votes in favour of Awami League for continuity of the development process. Effective measures taken to control price of essential commodities, Commerce Minister Tufail Ahmed tells Parliament. Ninth wage board for journalists, outcome of combined efforts, says Information Minister Hassanul Haq Idu. Russia likely to meddle in midterm vote of the United States, apprehends CIA director. A host Bangladesh face Sri Lanka in the first test of the 2-match series at Chittagong tomorrow, starting 9:30 in the morning.
And that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla.